It's me, Bug Out, on a very, very cold Texas morning. We had freezing fog today. Go figure. I never heard that before. Anyway, the video that I'm about to show you is a compilation of things that will help you to discern when you are being manipulated and when you are not. I suggest that everybody give them a little bit of psychology under their learning belt because it will help now and in the future. Stay prepped, stay blessed, and this is a Bug Out adventure commentary video.
You're in the business of trying to manipulate them, power struggle with them, and mentally dominate them. Watching foretells and indicators can tell you what's working and what isn't, where a person's weaknesses are, or what may lead you to a truce. Did we say truce? Patience that all humans do, whether they're aware of it or not. For our purposes, it is important to know not just to read other people, but to control your own body language to have the desired effect. When your opponent is resistant to you or defiant of you. Seeing when a person is vulnerable. Spotting fear and anxiety. Exploiting signals sent by your target. Adjusting your own body language and posture strategically. A full list of examples of every kind of body language is beyond this book's scope. There are
sure of those allies in the East. As I made crystal clear, the United States will defend every inch of NATO territory with the full force of American power. And the good news is, NATO is more united and more determined than ever. There is no doubt that the United States and every NATO ally will meet our Article 5 commitments, which says that an attack on one is an attack on all. Over the past few weeks, I ordered thousands of additional forces to Germany and Poland as part of our commitment to NATO. On Tuesday, in response to Russia's aggressive action, including its troop presence in Belarus and the Black Sea, I've authorized the deployment of ground and air forces already stationed in Europe to NATO's eastern flank allies, Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, Poland, and Romania. Our allies have also been stepping up, adding the other allies, the rest of NATO, adding their own forces and capabilities to ensure collective defense. And today, within hours of Russia's unleashing its assault, NATO came together and authorized and activated an activation of response plans. This will enable NATO's high readiness forces to deploy and when and where they are needed to protect our NATO allies on the eastern boundaries of Europe. And now I'm authorizing additional U.S. force capabilities to deploy to Germany as part of NATO's response, including some of the U.S.-based forces that the Department of Defense placed on standby weeks ago. I've also spoken with Defense Secretary Austin and Chairman of the Joint Chiefs, General Milley, about preparations for additional moves should they become necessary to protect our NATO allies and support the greatest military alliance in the history of the world, NATO. As we respond, my administration is using the tools, every tool at its disposal, to protect American families and businesses from rising prices at the gas pump. You know, we're taking active steps to bring down the cost, and American oil and gas companies should not exploit this moment to hike their prices to raise profits. You know, in our sanctions package, we specifically designed to allow energy payments to continue. We are closely monitoring energy supplies for any disruption. We've been coordinating with major oil producing and consuming countries toward our common interest to secure global energy supplies.
Your own body language to influence your opponent. Keep an awareness of your opponent's reacts and body language vocabulary while interacting with them. Use your awareness of body language to subtly influence any conversation. Cold reading. The term cold